Hello, beautiful people. Emily Diamond here. Hello, Facebook fam bam. How are you all? Ooh, I hope this stirs your interests. There's a whole bunch of us who are out there in the world who are what we call, and this is the thing that will make you squirm. And if you squirm like a worm, then it is time, baby, to learn. There's something that a lot of us deal with as what we call, and this is the label, high performers. High performers, high achievers. Now, if even saying those terms about you gets you a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit irritated, this idea of being a high performer or a high achiever, if that makes you squirm, if that makes you uncomfortable, if it makes you embarrassed, if it makes you feel icky, hi Sandy, thanks for joining in, thanks for that. If saying those labels makes you icky, makes you uncomfortable, makes you feel embarrassed, makes you feel, oh no, I don't want other people to think I'm egotistical, or the results that I have already, oh my gosh, that is not enough, I don't deserve those labels, I'm not big enough for that, any of those things, then this is a sign that you could be dealing with this thing called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Now, I love this theory because I've worked with high performers in business for 15 years, and before that I'd been in the world of working with high performing sports people for 8 years before that. So yes, I'm getting a bit old now. It's been 23 years of working with high performers in a lot of performance environments. So working in large corporations, working in large privately owned companies, working with sports people, working with community leaders and business leaders. And there is this particular psychological theorem, and I see the thread of it through all the people that I work with. I'm just about to run into a meeting, so I wanted to jump in and catch you guys. So I'm in my car, and that theory in psychology is called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Now, if anyone's heard of that before, please send me some emojis, send me some love. You might have heard me talk about it before as well. But the Dunning-Kruger effect, two researchers, their work, Dunning and Kruger, went into discovering it. And what they found was underperformers, people who don't do well, overestimate their ability. Okay. And a really crude way of saying that is dumb people think they're better than they are. Okay. Which is why we have, interesting situations in our world, right? How are the people joining us? Thanks for coming in. And then inversely, what we have is the high performers underestimate their capacity. So high performers, highly successful people. Oh, it's your first time. Cool. Thanks for that comment, Sandy. So it's called Dunning-Kruger. It's an apostrophe, Dunning-Kruger. So then the high performers underestimate their capacity. So high performers are often walking around with self-concern, with anxiety, with self-doubt, underestimation, having limited expectations of how other people will receive them. They'll have limited perspective of how much charisma, impact, competence, capability they have. Now, the Dunning-Kruger effect is alive and well and real, my brothers and sisters. Oh my goodness. And when we wrote the Balance is BS book that I wrote with Tamara, that book process really forced me to look at why do people have such a hard time stepping into their power, actualizing the results they want consistently in their businesses, in their communities, in their organizations, in their families. And the Dunning-Kruger, when I reflected back on all those years of working with high performers, that's what stood out as the persistent theme. Everybody, of course, has got their individual issues, stresses, traumas, prolonged stresses, life circumstances, gifts, talents, all of that wonderful rainbow of life experience and the potential and the personality that you rock up to this planet with. But the thing I saw over and over again where we had gotten the biggest shifts with people and got the biggest consistent results was with these people experiencing Dunning-Kruger. So I'm directing most of my attention and energy now to just talk about this now with you guys. And I've designed a program specifically for this. It's a mini training called From Toughness to Enoughness, because what I distinguished was the main thing is these people, us Dunning-Kruger people, we are so tough on ourselves. We'll be stuck in the own paralysis of our own shame, our own guilt, our own fear. And yes, of course, there's a lot of conditioned stuff around that from our environment and through our culture. However, with the Dunning-Kruger people, we know that's internal. So we've internalized those. We are our biggest critic. We are our most harsh. We would never talk to our children, our loved ones, our neighbors, our communities with the same amount of criticism and intensity. You guys are probably, if you follow me regularly on Instagram and on Facebook, you'll know that I've been talking about this theme of criticism, and that's all been leading up to this to launch the From Toughness to Enoughness experiment. So I've got a little opt-in link here. If you're curious about it, there's a video that explains what happens in that mini training. It's free until September 30, so I'm inviting you guys all in. And it's a 4-part experiment. I'd love to have you join with me, so please do check it out. I'm looking forward to talking to you all. Hi Ju, nice to see you too. There's a link just in the description here, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think, and I'm looking to sharing this From Toughness to Enoughness experiment. Let's break down that conditioning of the most intense critiquing that we've got of ourselves, and let's shift it into a space of enoughness. We're really looking at here, what would your life be like? What would your business be like? What would your experience be like if you started to view yourself as enough? And I'm just calling enough already as well. I'm like, enough already with the intense self-criticism, enough already with the harshness, enough already with the pulling yourself apart all the time. Enough, enough, enough. All right, so I'll catch you guys all later. Have an amazing day. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Bye-bye.